Hi conscious Taurus, welcome to my channel on Oracle and Spirituality. Here is your reading for the weeks ahead. So we'll see what's going to happen for you in your life. Taurus, what's so weird is that I started the Zodiac tour with Pisces instead of Aries. And then instead of going to Aries and then Taurus, I did Aquarius and then Capricorn, and I just did the zodiac backward. And so now I've almost finished my tour. I'm almost done, so I'm doing your reading, and you're normally the second on the list, and now you're just before the last one. So, but now I'm here. I'm doing your reading. I'm just trying to follow my personal flow, because I can be very controlling. So I'm practicing living in the flow. So, and I just published the videos in the order I made them. So it is what it is. For those who don't know me, my name is Gail. I am a life guide and a spiritual teacher, and I help meaning seekers navigate a more conscious life toward greater happiness. If you want to stay tuned for the evolution of your energies, then make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell button for the notifications. And make sure you check out the description below, otherwise you may not understand anything I'm saying in my readings, especially when I'm talking about shadow energies and all that. And take your power back. Become your own authority. You are your own authority. So make sure you always check out with your inner guidance, your intuition, you check within. If this reading resonates with you, then it's yours, it's your reading. But if it doesn't, then it's not for you, it's for someone else. All right, so now let's jump into your reading, Taurus. It's a little bit heavy, your reading. I've just done the French reading and it lasted 40 minutes. I have no idea how I did that. I was out of space and time. It was just 40 minutes. It's insane. So I'll try to make something shorter. But what I can say about this reading, Taurus, for you this week is that you have strong, like a heavy reading. It doesn't have to be that intense, but it is quite heavy. So let's see how it goes. Maybe with you, I will channel it a little bit lighter. Let's see. So you've got the Tower. Then the Hierophant, then the Support card, then the Misfortune card, then the Parliamentation card, no, it's not called like, how is it? Negotiation card, and finally the Disease card. So this reading may talk about actual illness, mental illness, physical illness, biological disruption, or because I had this feeling that it was about the medical area, something about healing and the actual body, but it doesn't have to be that. I mean, it can be something else. It's just that for some of you, I think it would be linked to the medical area, sector, or So there is someone at the moment who needs help and who is being helped. But we've got the Support card. And so if there are someone who is being supported, there are people who are supporting someone else. So there are different ways we can read this reading. There are different versions of who is the actual caretaker, supporter, helper, and who is the one that is being helped and supported and healed. And so the first thing that came to mind straight away was this. You are coming in as the Tower. So that's, in all the scenario, it's you. But my first scenario was that you were coming very rapidly, quickly. You were able to make quick moves. You were the type of person, okay, I'll say it in the present mode. So you are the type of person who is able to act in emergency, in crisis, and you can deal with such things very fast, very easily. So you are the type of person we can call for an emergency or to resolve a crisis, a sudden thing that needs quick short-term solutions to quite calm down things or to resolve things in the moment. So I would say you are the emergency guy or girl or the type of person who deal with crisis, or it can just be that you are a casual and people call you to replace other people, the long-term people at work, for instance, and you replace them for one day, last minute. We can call you, that's maybe your job, that people call you to say, okay, this person called in sick, can you come quickly to do the job, to replace them? So on the spot. Because you see, this is this type of energy. It is very rapid, very quick, very sudden. It can make sudden changes, sudden moves. And it shifts. And it's very innovative as well. It thinks about the future. It's very visionary. To me, that's my Uranian card. It's Uranus. I don't know for others, but for me, this is, and especially in this deck, this is Uranus. So first thing that came to mind is that you are the helper. You are the one that people call to support. And so in this case, you are supporting. But the second thing I got was that you are the one who needs help. Because maybe for some of you, it would be you being disrupted, you getting your head crushed, or I don't know how to say that. And you got this sudden disruption in your life. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be internet disruption, or, your devices not working, or you breaking your phone. Anything, really, that is kind of disrupting you, and you're like, oh, God, annoying, like just because what's annoying is that it happens suddenly. You don't have the capacity to prepare for it because it's just unexpected and unpredictable, and so it happened to you. It just happened, and therefore you're the one who need help, who is being helped, because right now the help is being delivered right now. So either you are delivering it or you are being helped. On the other side, you've got your shadow energy, which is the Hierophant. So the shadow energy, it's always an aspect of you that is not conscious. The Tower, you are conscious of it. You can see it unfolding. You can see you being like that, having this mindset. You can see yourself as this. And other people also can see you like that because you show up like that. You appear like that. This is conscious. But in the subconscious side, you've got one aspect in your subconscious mind, in your self, that is kind of the opposite. If this is future oriented, that one is past oriented. If this is innovative, this is traditional. And so it cares about the experience that you gain. If this is quick and a bit shaky or, unsettling, this is supporting, has strong foundation, doesn't move. You can't move it. And to some aspect, it is my Taurus card actually. But in this reading, you're this one, but this is your shadow energy anyway, so it's part of you. But this is very solid, this is very strong, this is very grounded. You can't disrupt it. It is, if you want to make one change, it doesn't happen, or not overnight, for sure. Look at those organizations, or the state, the government, or those big companies, big organizations. You can't make anything happen before this manager and this director and that director have signed the paper, and until the document has gone through the whole stages and the whole layers, then you can have the final agreement, and you can make it happen and you can implement it. But it takes so long, and it's just so slow, so heavy, and sometimes nothing happens. Even you try, but it just disappears at some level. We don't even know where. It's blocked somewhere. We don't know. See? Well, here it's so fast, so quick, tack, 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 like a startup, It's just like boom, boom, boom. I'm the boss, and I'm also the worker, and so I can take my own decisions, and I want to do this, boom, it's done. See? So it's so different, so opposite. But so this, you're conscious of it, this you're not, but it's still part of you. And the funny thing with shadow is that it's not just that it is within you, that you don't see it, and that it's unconscious or subconscious. It also manifests itself generally externally. So you can see it in other people, in external circumstances, so that it can reflect back to you who you are that you don't see. So usually you will see this energy, you will see it as external things and people that you will be interacting with in this situation. But it's also part of you, but at the same time, it's also external to you, usually. And so those two energies are interacting. So it's you, your conscious you, interacting with an aspect of you that is subconscious and that you don't identify with. And it's also you interacting with some external people and circumstances that look like that, like as I described. Heavy, past-oriented, traditional, you can't move them, strong foundations, it can support at a fundamental level and all that. So, okay. Now this energy for sure, because I said this, it's you, and it's either you are being supported or you are supporting, okay? Now here, this energy, for sure it is supporting the situation, the person. Either it's supporting you, either you two are supporting someone else. If it makes sense. I hope it's clear. But because this one is very strong, it has strong foundations, he's not the one that needs help, that's for sure. And so first thing you can do with this is, because it's your shadow energy, first thing is to integrate it. So to integrate it, you need to realize that it is indeed part of yourself. You may not identify to it. You may not think you are like that, this dusty, slow-moving energy. I know you're a Taurus, so you may identify to it in some areas, but not in this specific scenario, not in this specific reading, in this specific story we're talking about. You're not identifying to it. So see where you can be like that. And I think because you're a Taurus, it may be easy to see in how you can behave like that in your life, in other situations. And then find a way to love it, to appreciate it. Okay, it's not moving fast. Okay, it's slow. Okay, it is past oriented, and it's not looking at innovation, it's not looking at the future, but it has strong foundations, which is really great to help this person that needs help at the moment. This energy can be a good helper in terms of food, shelter, money, so you may have a friend, you two may have a friend who need, or you are the one who need shelter or some money for some short period of time, or so this one, they can help in terms of foundations, so money, food, even connection, community, because as you know, community and connection is very fundamental for survival. So anything that is survival, it will provide. It can be the government, it can be benefits, so from society, from the government, it can be anything. Any organization, it can be the business you work in, the corporation you work in. Okay, so at the moment you're interacting with them, and so I finish on the shadow work. So first, you recognize you have it. Second, you find a way to love it. So to love it, you see in how it is benefiting you. When you see it is benefiting you and others, when you see in how it's good, then you can love it, of course. And then it's reintegrated, because then you can love yourself entirely. Okay, so that's the first step, shadow work. What I see is that you are interacting with this aspect of yourself and those external circumstances. And at first, it seems to be great. They're providing the foundations, and you're providing, and the long-term solutions, and you're providing the quick fix, the sudden moves, and or you are benefiting their help. But then, misfortune. So I see this as actually an actual old person, an elder. So it may be your grandmother, because here it's a lady we can see. So it can be your grandfather as well. It's just energy. So someone who is old, that's what I got, who may be sick or has some mental illness going on, or something not quite right, or something not quite right biologically, or I don't know what's going on with them, but they may be the one who are being helped, if it's not you. Or you may be this person. Because this energy can be also any person who is tired, burning out. Like if you've just experienced, or you are in the midst of burnout or depression. Doesn't have to be that big. It can just be like feeling down or a bit desperate or a bit discouraged or really tired, just tired, or just you are like yeah, tired, or a little bit apathetic as well, maybe a bit numb, a bit, you know. So it may be you then, you know, or any other person who is tired. But it can be an old person or any person who feels old even though they are young. See? Even if it's you, because here you appear like a young person, because who is acting fast like that? Sudden, like quickly. Who moves quickly? Young people, right? So you may be a young person, but feeling old or, you know, tired. So really that's what the energy is. So it may not be an old person, or maybe it is. But just look at this energy and you'll understand what we're talking about. So this person you're going to start to talk about their case. There's going to be a discussion or some parliamentation or some, you know, congress or some, yeah, discussion, conversation, parliamentation, negotiation. You're going to talk about this, the case, you know, this person. It also may mean that you and this person, you're trying to find a way to support the other person, and it's not working. It's not working, your quick fix is not working, or you can't find solutions, or you can't have creativity. You're not getting the ideas, you're not getting it, or it's not working, or you just implemented them, it's not working, or this organization, because it's so slow, it's preventing the solution to be implemented. It's slow, it's tired, this organization, it's making things tired, you know. Because they're too slow to move or to make decisions or something like that. And so it's either it's not working, or it's too slow, or the system, because this can be a system, any sort of family, community, you know, people who have power and who have followers and or big organizations and things like that. So because of that, it's too slow, so it may just generate this feeling of despair and just feeling down and tired and old, and maybe it's just an old system. But they're gonna be anyway, maybe because it's not working. If it's not working, there are gonna be some discussions going. Yeah, that would start. People will start to speak up. You know, you'll start to speak up. Everyone we want to talk and talk about this case. And okay, what can we do? We have started to do this and that. It hasn't worked, or we want to implement this and that, but the other party is not moving, they are not giving their agreement and all that. So that's how it can unfold. See? And what the oracle is advising is the disease card. So it's saying 3 things that I identified it can advise. So first thing, it can advise if no one could see that there was something that was not going well in the system or in the person, maybe it's time to open the eyes and see that, okay, there is some disease here, or there is some biological disruption here. Maybe this person is sick. Doesn't have to be with the coronavirus, right? It can be any, you know, maybe the problem you had not seen that it was a health issue. And maybe it's time to see, oh, okay, there is disease or an illness. This person is sick. Or realize that you are sick. Or that it doesn't, it can be physically, can be mentally, it can be emotionally, being addicted to negative emotions, to guilt, shame, being always in that cycle of feeling guilty and feeling ashamed and being addicted, and so that's your crack, And so you always find situation in order to feel that. So you will self-sabotage as well so that you can feel that. And or this person who is being helped is doing that. So it doesn't have to be like a big disease or something. It can just be negative, toxic mental patterns or emotional patterns. And if it's mental patterns, what I mean by that is like thinking negative thoughts, being addicted to thinking negative thoughts that are not serving you, that are being toxic because it generates then emotional disruption, like emotional patterns, negative emotions. And then it goes into the physical body and then you get sick. And sometimes like you can have backache or any sort of disease or biological disruption, no period anymore, or whatever, headaches, or so it can be any sort of disease or illness or sickness or disruption. And it doesn't have to be a massive thing, it can just be a little disruption. So first thing is to realize, okay, we had not considered the possibility of a disease or an addiction or, like, as I described, of some sort. Second thing, it can mean, okay, this person or you, the person who is being helped, needs to feel their emotions and not be scared of being taken to heights that they can't then come back from. Because that's what happens with emotions, especially when they are quite intense or inhabitual, when you're not used to it or you're not used to feel your emotions. Or even if you're used to feel your emotions, but when they are too much out of your comfort zone, we tend to block our emotions because we fear that they're going to kill us or that they're going to bring us so high that we won't be able to go down. Especially for sadness, for example, when it's so uncomfortable, so big, or not necessarily big, but we are not used to this level of sadness. Or because we are never wanting to feel our feelings, so even the smallest piece of sadness, we will just block it. Because when we feel it, we're like, when we sense that it's coming up, we get scared. Because we are like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. No, if I start to feel that, it's going to kill me. I'm going to die. I know many people, and also sometimes I have had that, so I know what I'm talking about. So it's that. Or with anger as well. Although I'm not sure there is anger here, because of this card doesn't feel angry. It feels more desperate or apathetic or numb. This person is numbing their emotions, and therefore that's why they need to feel it, feel their emotions, and not be scared to be killed. So to me, it feels more numbing, and it feels more apathetic and desperate and discouraged and all that. Not that angry. Although this one can be an indication of anger, but I'm not sure. But if it's the case for you or for this person that you are helping, anger also can generate this fear of losing control. Because sometimes we're like, okay, if I feel just a little bit, I'm so angry that if I start to feel it, I may kill someone, or I may break something, or I may destroy something, or I may do something or say something that I will regret, because I may lose control, I may lose my head, my mind, and so I may do some things that I don't want to do. So, so you're trying to control, and so you block, and so you numb yourself, and so with anger as well. But in any type of emotion, we can fear that it's going to take us away. But really, sadness and anger, that's the two I can see. Usually, we are very scared. But with fear as well, we may be scared to have panic attack, or if we start to feel it, then if we start a little bit, then it will bring us too far, and yeah. So, okay, so this is the second option. So, second option is to not be scared of losing control, and to feel, if ever there is a numbing here, if ever there is a fear of feeling the emotions. Now, the third thing is to heal. That's actually the first thing that came to mind when I saw that reading. It was to heal. So maybe look after this person. Look after this disease, look after this illness, try to heal them, to heal yourself. It goes hand on hand with feeling the feelings, because if you want to heal, you have to feel the feelings. So sometimes we may not need more, but in some cases, like if you need to see a doctor, then go see a doctor. Doesn't have to be just emotional as well. And okay, so here are the three advice. So I know the reading is a bit heavy, Taurus, I'm so sorry, but it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be, first of all, it doesn't have to be medical. It can be anything else. See? So take it as it fits your situation, and if this reading doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you also, So take your power back, become your own authority. You are your own authority. So have discernment. And I'll see you in a few weeks' time, or right now in another of my videos. Check your sun, moon, and rising signs. The three are very important. And I wish you a very beautiful day, Taurus. Bye.